And to complete the most significant news for this day, Wine News continues, and here are the top stories. The International Monetary Fund lowers its global economic growth forecast for 2018 and 2019 as trade policy tensions and the imposition of import tariffs take a toll on commerce, while emerging markets struggle with tighter financial conditions and capital outflows. The new forecast released during the IMF and World Bank annual meetings in Indonesia show a waning growth that was initially fueled by U.S. tax cuts and rising demands for imports. The IMF predicts in its World Economic Outlook a 3.7% global growth in both 2018 and 2019, which is down from its July forecast of 3.9% growth for both years. The downgrade reflects a confluence of factors, including the introduction of import tariffs between the United States and China, weaker performances by Eurozone countries, Japan and Britain, and rising interest rates that are pressuring some emerging markets with capital outflows. Meanwhile, President Rodrigo Duterte has decided to loosen the importation of rice to allow the unimpeded flow of the staple to the market amid a soaring inflation. Presidential spokesperson Harry Roque says the order to lift restrictions in rice importation is expected to result in lower prices. Secretary Roque also emphasizes that although importers no longer need approval from the NFA Council, they still have to secure import permits and the necessary documents before importation.
Ngayon pong pinapayagan na natin na mag-angkat kahit sino, kahit anong quantity ng bigas, at least inaasahan po natin na at mapapababa natin ang presyo ng bigas na pinakamalapit sa sikmura ng mamamayang Pilipino.
He also clarifies that the directive does not affect the proposed rice tariffication measure being pushed in the Congress, and it will not impact the local farmers.
Wala naman po dahil mataas nga ang presyo. Pero ang pangako po natin, yung ibabayad na taripa, isasantabi po natin yan para sa kapakanan ng ating mga lokal na mga magsasaka.
The Department of Trade and Industry and Department of Agriculture are poised to sign a memorandum of agreement that seeks to impose a moving price cap for chicken and pork. Under such agreement, a price ceiling will be set that will move with the farm gate prices and a profit margin. The two agencies are looking to set a 50 peso price cap for chicken and 70 pesos for pork on top of its farm gate prices. The suggested retail price for chicken will be released after 3 days, while the SRP for pork will be decided weekly. This is in line with the administration's Memorandum Order number 26, directing concerned agencies to create measures to setting reasonable prices based on farm gate and retail prices. DTI warns that if retailers keep selling above the SRP, a notice of violation and a penalty would be imposed depending on the size of the business.
Maari pang mawala ng negosyo yung mga retailers natin na nagsasamantala kasi isasama na natin dun sa kaso ang request sa LGU na i-revoke ang business permit nila.
The new charter of the Social Security system approved by the Bicameral Conference Committee promises expanded benefits for its members and Filipinos working abroad. Under the revised charter, a compulsory coverage will be provided to overseas Filipino workers. Loan allotments such as a salary loan as well as retirement benefits will also be increased. The measure will also lower the penalty for overdue contributions to 2% and promises a 2-month financial assistance for employees who will lose their job amounting to half of their monthly pay. Increase in monthly contributions, meanwhile, rests on the discretion of the Board of Directors and will not require the approval of the President or an endorsement from Congress. The reforms will also give a chance for inactive members to renew their membership.
As long as you are a member, you can resume paying your contribution and become active member again so that you can get the full benefit from the system.
The measure is expected to be signed by President Duterte before the end of the year. Authorities are now hunting the suspects behind the killing of Assamese City Regional Trial Court Branch 15 Executive Judge Edmundo Pintac. Pintac was ambushed by 4 motorcycle-riding gunmen on Monday afternoon while he was on board his vehicle. Initial police investigation shows the victim suffered multiple gunshot wounds from a .45 caliber pistol. A special task group has also been formed to probe all possible angles in the incident, including high-profile cases that the slain judge handled. This included illegal possession of firearms and illegal drugs involving former Vice Mayor Princess Parohinog and Reynaldo Parohinog Jr.
Definitely, hindi lamang yung mga kaso ng mga Parohinog, but also other cases, no? We should not limit at this point doon lang sa mga kaso ng mga Parohinog, but alam mo, Judge, maraming mga kasong hinahawakan, kaya nga titignan natin kung ano ang mga anggulo.
The Department of Foreign Affairs has advised more than 200,000 Filipinos in 5 southeastern states and the U.S. to brace for Hurricane Michael, which is expected to sweep through the area starting Wednesday. Filipino communities in Alabama, Florida, Georgia, and the Carolinas are told to monitor the movement of the storm and to heed official warnings. Hurricane Michael is currently a Category 1 hurricane but could become a Category 3 storm by Tuesday. It is forecasted to dump rains that might trigger flash flood. A state of emergency has already been declared in more than 20 counties along the Florida Panhandle and Big Bend. Mandatory evacuation orders and school closures were also issued Monday.
You got to follow the weather. You got to listen when they say they're to evacuate. You have got to evacuate, and don't wait to the last minute, because this is different from a lot of the storms that we've seen since I've been governor.
The storm is seen to move northeast on Wednesday and batter the Carolinas, which are still recovering from Hurricane Florence last month. Generally fair weather is expected throughout the country tomorrow despite the existence of a low-pressure area. Leslie Longbowen is at the UNTV Weather Center to tell us why. Leslie?
Yes, good evening. The low-pressure area Pag-asa has been monitoring is still present inside the Philippine area of responsibility. At 3 p.m. today, the LPA was spotted at 785 kilometers east of Basco, Batanes. However, it is not directly affecting the country and is likely to dissipate. Meanwhile, easterlies are affecting the eastern sections of Visayas and Mindanao. According to Pag-asa, partly cloudy to cloudy skies with isolated rain showers will prevail throughout the country. Forecast shows temperature in Metro Manila tomorrow will range from 25 to 32 degrees Celsius, 15 to 24 degrees Celsius in Baguio City, 26 to 33 degrees Celsius in Metro Cebu, and 25 to 35 degrees Celsius in Metro Davao. Tomorrow, the sun is expected to rise at 5:47 in the morning. That's weather forecast. Back to the studio.
Thank you, Leslie Longbowen at the UNTV Weather Center. And for the news abroad, here's Kat Dumaraos live from Bangkok, Thailand. Kat, good evening.
Good evening, Rina. Google is shutting down much of its social network Google Plus after user data was left exposed. It said a bug in its software meant information that people believed was private had been accessed by third parties. Google said up to 500,000 users had been affected. According to a report in the Wall Street Journal, the company knew about the issue in March but did not disclose it, quoting an internal Google memo that said doing so would draw immediate regulatory interest. In a statement, the firm said the issue was not serious enough to inform the public. The Civil Protection Service reports that the number of deaths in Haiti due to an earthquake has risen to 15, while 333 others were injured. Around 7,000 houses were also damaged by the 5.9 magnitude earthquake. According to the U.S. Geological Survey, the epicenter of the quake that struck last Saturday was located about 20 kilometers northwest of the city of Port-de-Paix. The head of the country's Civil Protection Disaster Response Unit, meanwhile, calls on citizens to be vigilant in case of new earthquakes. For its part, the government spokesman says the authorities are striving to help people affected by the earthquake despite the complicated situation. 16 teenagers and 3 women were arrested following a mob attack involving schoolgirls in Bihar, India. Meanwhile, authorities are blaming a criminal extremist group for the shocking death of an Iraqi Instagram star in Baghdad. Jovic Burmas tells us why.
In India, at least 9 people have been arrested following a mob attack at a girls' school in the northeastern Indian state of Bihar. Local reports said some 34 schoolgirls were treated in hospital after a crowd of teenage boys, their parents and locals beat them up on Saturday. The girls from the government school in Trivigranj had earlier admonished local boys for sexually harassing them. As of Monday, 6 boys and 3 women were in custody. In Russia, the second of 2 Russians who Britain says was responsible for the poisoning of former Russian spy Sergei Skripal and his daughter was named by investigative website Bellingcat on Monday as a military doctor for Russia's GRU military intelligence. Bellingcat, which covers intelligence matters, named him as Alexander Yevgenyevich Mishkin, aged 39, who was charged by Britain last month under the name of Alexander Petrov. British prosecutors charged Petrov and another man they named as Ruslan Bashirov with attempted murder for the Novichok nerve agent attack on the Skripals. And in Iraq, the killing of an Instagram model has shocked Iraqis after a spate of suspicious deaths of high-profile women in the past few weeks. Tyra Fares was shot dead in broad daylight last week by an unknown gunman while driving her luxury Porsche convertible in the Baghdad neighborhood of Camp Sarah. CCTV footage showed the car being driven along a narrow alleyway as a man ran towards it moments before she was killed. The former Miss Baghdad had more than 2.6 million followers and was known for her outspoken comments on freedom, life, and religion. A statement released on Sunday by the Interior Ministry, which is investigating Fares' death, said that she was killed by a known criminal extremist group. The ministry did not say whether the gunmen have been detained. Jovic Burmas, UNTV News and Rescue.
And those are the news from the other parts of the globe. Back to you, Rina.
Thank you so much, Kat Dumaraos, reporting live from Bangkok, Thailand. Wishers flocked to Los Angeles, California to see OPM artist Christian Bautista and Karen Sita perform live. Leslie Lungbowen tells us why.
After its successful launch in September, Wish USA made its maiden broadcast in Hollywood on October 8 local time. Parked in front of the Dolby Theater, the state-of-the-art Wish bus turned heads of passers-by. Asia's romantic balladeer Christian Bautista and online singing sensation Karen Sita brought their musical chops to the iconic bus for its pilot broadcast. Christian was happy to see how supportive his kababayans in the US are.
Mas mainit din yung pagtanggap dahil yung mga Pilipino syempre dito talaga siguro nami-miss yung bayan natin. Nakakatuwa po na ang dami pa rin Pilipino na pumunta po dito sa Wish Bus.
The performers also lauded the idea of the bus and congratulated Wish innovator Kuya Daniel Razon for making the presence of Wish and Filipinos felt in one of the world's famous places.
Yes, congratulations, because this is a very monumental thing. I mean, coming from the Philippines.
Kuya Daniel, keep up the good work. God bless you and keep on inspiring people. God bless you, sir.
For its next show, 90s band Introvoice will share their music prowess aboard the Wish Bus USA on October 9, 7:30 p.m. local time. The bus will be stationed along the Walk of Fame in Hollywood Boulevard. Wishers all over the world may view the live performances on youtube.com/wish1075live. Leslie Lomboan, UNTV News and Rescue.
A father of 3 is calling out establishments without baby-changing facilities in men's bathroom by posting photos of himself changing his kids on his knees and using the hashtag squat for change. Dante Palmer says he is speaking out for equal parenting rights.
I want to see all of us on the same page and shatter those gender boxes. My wife and I, we equal. And we play everything on an equal playing field when it comes to life, whether it be cooking, cleaning, or taking care of our boys.
Other fathers have shared photographs of themselves and tweeted out their thoughts in support of Dante's message using hashtag squat for change on social media. And those are the reasons behind the news this October 9, 2018. On behalf of Angelo Castro III and William Theo, I'm Rina Villamor Camara. Because we need to know, we will always ask why. Good evening.
UNTV, your public service channel.